Our next tea tasting is this Qimen Caixia from Master's Tea by Adagio. And again, this is the third one I've had from May 2022. I purchased it in 2022 and somehow I got away from tea tastings and recording them for 3 years. I just don't know how that happened. But now we have some tariffs going on and my tea is delayed. And so I'm finally getting back to cleaning out my teas. It is fresh till February 2028. And this is May 2025 and we just opened it. I had to do some research on the name. As soon as I saw Qimen was also spelled Keemun, I was like, oh, I have had that tea before. I recognize that. So sometimes the names are the same and we don't even recognize them. And I had to look up how they're spelt. Now I did see Qimen can also be spelt for the name of the city, Qimen with a, I don't know if that's correct or not. I've always said Qimen, like the K name. And then this Caixia, there's so many different ways to say it, but that's how I decided I was going to say it after researching it, Caixia. And I was like, but what does that mean? And the package itself says that it means sunrise Qimen. But then I went to my website. I use all the time Babel something, and it said there was no translation for it. So I used a good old Google, and it says Chinese simplified, meaning pink clouds. And it also means rosy clouds. Specifically, it refers to clouds tinged in sunset hues. Well, sunset, sunrise, Qimen, I think it could be either one, sunrise or sunset. The idea, though, that this tea means get up in the morning, not so much sunset because it has caffeine and I can't drink it in the evening. Get up in the morning and relax with some sunrise tea. Here's another website that says it means colorful dawn or the colors of the morning sky. I love that. Symbolizes hope, renewal. This one up here said it's gender neutral, but this website said it's a female name. I'm assuming that's like, I know in Spanish you have male and female words. So I know in Spanish, because I studied Spanish in school, masculine words get the word the, which is L in front of it, and feminine words get la for the in front of it. So I'm assuming that's what they're talking about here. But I just love, see here's how they say, I saw this online too, TSY I saw somewhere, which would, Y would be the same as AI. Tsai Shiha, I don't know, I can't say it, so I just decided I would call it Kaish, what did I decide? Can't even say it. Caixia, because I saw several of them say that, because I don't know how to say TSAI or TSY. Anyway, I like it. I like the name. Love how Adagio even gives us the farmer's name that I could look up if I want. And sometimes they even give interviews if you look them up on their website and you can see the farmer. But this is in the new, I don't know how to say any of these words, but that province there, which is right there in China where the red dot is, and that Qimen black teas originating from Qimen County, So there's a further map dividing it on down. Looked up some more about Qimen, and apparently they're well known. The most well known is Qimen Mao Feng, which from the website it says that locally it's known as Qimen Mao Feng. And it consists of one bud and 2 or 3 leaves. Now the other Qimen that I taste tested was a Qimen Mao Feng as well. Taste tested it several years ago. I'm going to compare my notes. It says this traditionally contains 2 leaf sets of 2 leaves in a bud and is lighter and sweeter than the other Qimen teas. That's the Mao Feng. The Qimen Hao Ya is another grade variety of Qimen. Okay, I've popped it open for the first time and getting my first peek at this tea down in the bag. Oh, look, it's got some like gold tips to it. But the first thing we always do is smell it dry, straight out of the bag. I love aromas. I'm getting traditional lychee, so fruit. Let's see what he gets.
I'm not sure what I get, actually.
Yeah, he's not good as...
I don't have a good sense.
He doesn't have a good...
I have a good nose for some things, but other things not so much. I have a terrible nose for most of this. Grape.
Grape.
What I got.
That's funny because he has trouble with flavors, I think, because he doesn't eat fruits and vegetables, and so you have to have what you've experienced in real life to identify it with. And so he's had grape juice.
Yes.
So
Yes,
you can identify it with grape juice.
So what I think for me is I have a better chance when it's wet.
Okay, well, we're going to make it wet soon.
We'll see.
Okay, here's the dry leaves. What they look like. And traditional boiling water. I'm set at 212. It's just getting back up to that. I'm gonna barely cover the leaves and do just a few second steep. Usually I do it very quickly, so I'm going to decant it right now. That looks like what?
Like more of a black tea, yeah.
Yeah, we just got done drinking a yellow tea. This looks more traditional. Yeah. Let's see, what color would I call that? Golden. I would call it golden. Here's my tea scale that I have, and I would call it golden. See, if you hold up this next to it, you can see it's very much like the golden there in the middle. Now for smelling these quick steep black leaves. Oh, I can smell it from here. It smells the same to me. Very fruity, regular lychee, malty, like
malty.
Regular tea. What do you think?
Yes, the malty part I especially agree with.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny how you can have somebody else say a word and you go, oh yeah, that's right. It helps to have a partner in your tea tasting. Okay, so we're going to do body first. Light, medium, or full?
Full.
No way, I get light.
Seriously?
Like not even medium light. We're always disagreeing.
Okay, I can go with the medium, but I guess I'm comparing it to
You gotta think about
the other tea.
You're thinking about astringency. He gets things confused. Think about whether it's water-like or orange juice like.
What's water like?
Now he agrees. So then astringency. Astringency, we have smooth and low, bright light, lively, brisk, or pungent. And I don't know, if I steep it more, I might go with bright, light, because it's not smooth. It could be low.
I would say it's
but
light.
it's not. Is it low or is it light?
I would say light.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to wait till I have a longer steep to decide. We're not going to make it through all the tea tasting steps before we have to make a second batch, but flavor, taste. What's it taste like?
I still think it tastes malty.
Malty? Yeah, it tastes like it smells. Lychee and malty, like a regular tea.
Yes.
Like a common tea. Like a black tea should.
Like a black tea, yeah.
Yeah.
I will agree.
But we might change our mind when we steep it longer.
Correct.
I'm guessing I steeped it about a minute that time. And he says, Robusto. Now it's really golden. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's a beautiful color. So our second tasting, body, has it changed? Nope, still light. Oh, astringency now, though. I do agree. It's the bright light. I like the bright light category. It's not smooth, just like I said before, but I didn't know if it was low. But it is the bright light category. That's my favorite category.
Okay.
Now for taste.
I think it's robust. It's figgy, malty. More malty for me than... It's like a classic tea.
Oh yeah, like a classic tea. That's what I wrote. I went ahead and got the grain and starch because it is more malty than it is lychee. So malt is under the grain and starch category, but it's also a bit lychee, which is under the fruit category. And sometimes I say the mark of a good tea is one that smells the same dry as it smells wet, as it tastes. And this one is definitely staying consistent.
Requires no sugar.
It requires no sugar because of that bright astringency that's not too pungent. Smelt the wet leaves after the second steep, and I actually got a little bit of wooded out of it. Although it is a classic malty tea, we're actually really liking this tea. Okay, so now we're going to taste it for finish. We have the choices: airy and soft, evaporating quick, juicy, mouth-watering, lingering, aromatic, or drying and tannic. What do you think?
I think it's juicy.
Juicy? No, I get more drying and tannic, but I'm going to go with the lingering and aromatic. I think, it's a bit tannic, but it's a nice tannic.
I don't know. I still say it's juicy.
Nope. Just tried it again. I'm definitely with the lingering and aromatic. I get the malt flavor after I swallow, lingering in the back of my throat. So I told him nope, but that just meant nope, I disagree. Doesn't mean it's wrong. I just want to make sure I clarify. There are no wrong answers when you're tea tasting.
So I still think it's a little juicy.
Little
And
juicy?
I also think it lingers in the back after a bit, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you take what somebody else says and then you sip again and you think about it and
Well, I gave it a little more time, and
yeah. So here's what the website said. Now, this was interesting to me because I added to my notes that it tastes a little naturally sweet to me. Not all teas taste naturally sweet. And on the website, it says it's medium light bodied, delicate, sweet, and complex. So that's cool that they got the delicate and sweet, kind of same as we did. But they said with notes of orchid, honey, and toast. Orchid would be floral, and I don't get floral at all. But maybe honey. I don't really get honey though. I just get a sweetness. I'm not sure what kind of sweetness. I'm not sure I get toasted either. I'd have to have another cup. I read somewhere, I can't find it in my notes that I copied, but Qimen undergoes particularly slow withering and oxidation processes, and that's what keeps it from being too astringent, I think. That's what I read. It's a twig leaf cultivar, hand plucked from 60-year-old trees. Consists of 1 bud and 2 or 3 leaves.
that looks like tea.
So I purposefully oversteeped it on this third one. We tried to do that so that we can see whether it's forgiving or unforgiving tea.
True.
If you oversteep it. Here's the taste test. Tell me if it's forgiving or unforgiving.
Yes.
Yes, what?
It's forgiving.
It's forgiving. It is very it's a good tea.
It is an
Yeah,
excellent,
yeah. For us, a good tea is one that is forgiving in that you can oversteep it and it still does not get too astringent.
You don't get terrible tea face.
You don't get terrible tea face. Okay, so here's the rating. 1 heart, hard to swallow. 2 hearts, I swallowed it, it's just okay. 3 hearts, I liked it, I might buy it again. 4 hearts is I loved it, would buy it again. And 5 hearts would love it and would keep it on hand.
I would definitely do a 4 heart for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's close to a 5 heart.
It is.
I would give a 4.5. It's not like my favorite tea,
Right.
but definitely this one's a 4.5
Yes.
heart.
Yeah.
See, I already put that over there.
Excellent tea.
I think one of the things that we keep saying is there's no need for sugar. There is definitely a natural sweetness to this, and this could be definitely a healthy tea to drink by not adding any sugar to it.